Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. So today I want to pour this lotus box mold that I got from IntoResin. It's a beautiful mold. It is matte. So I'm going to attempt to paint just the backdrop here with or put on the chameleon flakes, the opal flakes by IntoResin, and then I'm going to pour the resin with the GR something metallic alcohol ink in green, and then I'm thinking of adding a little bit of this Sia Aurora powder. It's the W Aurora, and it's got a little bit of a green and pink sheen to it. So I'm gonna attempt to do that. So I did keep this covered, so because I don't want the flakes getting in there, and these are very staticky. It's been clinging all to the mold already. So I guess let's try this. I really like the way the example of the mold was in the picture on the website. So I'm not sure how they did that, but that's kind of what I was going for. It seems like they have some sort of diacrylic film or flakes of some sort on the background of this. I don't have any of the paper, like the sheets of it, so this is all I could come up with, and it is really going everywhere that I don't want it to go. So this should be fun trying to clean this mold up. I thought about seeing this is gonna, ooh. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work very well. Jeez. Yeah, this stuff is very, very staticky. It wants to stick and fly around it, everything. Oh, goodness. It's these things are beautiful, but man, they are a pain to work with. Goodness. Oh. Really thought this would be a very pretty background. I knew it was gonna fly around, but I tried to do it before I turned the camera on, and it was doing a little better than it is now. So anyway, probably what I should have done was mixed a little bit up in some resin and just poured the Just poured a little bit of resin in here first with it. That might have worked. I might try that next time if this doesn't come out like I kind of wanted it to. With these flakes, you really gotta like burnish them in, and they look really, really pretty. They're just a mess to work with. Okay. Now I do see that they kind of got on the inside of the rim area that I didn't really want it at, but it's not that bad. Okay. Let's see, move it right there, and we should be good. Okay. All right, now to get some of this off, you just take a little bit of tape and just do like that. It's not going to get all of it off, but I'll get most of it. Kind of a waste of all that product, but there's quite a bit in those jars. I've had them for a while, and I've thought that there was just a smaller amount because it's not like compact, but man, it's like you use them and they don't seem to wither away very much. So there's quite a bit in there. I think it's like a 10-pack as well, and they're all really pretty. I have to get another piece. Now with the matte molds, the flakes and stuff seem to come off a lot easier than with some of the shinier molds. I'm not sure why, but for some reason they do. I guess maybe because they're not as smooth of a surface, so they're not sticking down as much. Oh wow, that's all underneath of there. Okay, I'm gonna get this cleaned up the rest of the way because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me do this. So I will be right back when all this is cleaned up. All right, I got the mold all cleaned up, and I have mixed up 10 ounces of the Bond Crafter epoxy resin. And so now I'm gonna add some of the GR metallic alcohol ink. You need to shake these really, really good because the pigment settles to the bottom. So you always want to shake it up really, really good. I'm just going to squirt a little bit in there for now. See how that looks. oh, sorry. When you mix up your alcohol inks, make sure you scrape the sides really, really good, because the color just kind of wants to stick to the side otherwise. And put a little bit more. I still want this to be transparent. Well, either way it's going to be transparent, because alcohol inks will always be transparent. But I don't want it really, really dark. It looks a lot darker than it is because there's a lot of resin in it. Okay, so I'm going to check that on a paper towel. Let's see the actual color. Okay. What was that? Okay, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I had a picture fall off the wall. I don't know why that happened, but it has done that before, actually. It was actually something that I made out of resin. I guess I'm gonna have to screw that piece on. I used UV resin to put the hanger on the back, and then I also used what is it, the liquid fusion with it, and it still won't hold on to it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's mix that pigment up in there a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of this in there. Ooh, that's pretty. Well, that looks good. Okay. When you add mica powder, you make sure you stir it up really, really good so you don't have little pockets of mica that fall to the, you know, the top of your mold. I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. Wow. I lost my spoon. There we go. I think that should be good. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Keep hitting that. It's right in my way. I'm gonna have to stir this off camera a little bit. Alright, I think that looks good. Oh. Clean this stick off. Alright, so I'm going to stick this resin in the vacuum chamber. So, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. And so what I did was, I put the resin through the vacuum chamber, and then I poured a little bit in the bottom of the lid here, and then ran that through the vacuum chamber as well, so that it could get the bubbles in some of the lotus flower and little crevices and stuff in there. Hopefully to cut down on some of the bubbles there. So I am going to, let's go ahead and just pour this one. Now I'm going to stop there and let that drain into the bottom. And then I'm going to grab a stick here and then just make sure that it gets all the way at the bottom. Slowly, so it doesn't overflow. All right, so let's fill up the rest. There's some bubbles coming up there, I see. That's good. Okay, I'm going to get down eye level so that I can see when it's domed. For some reason it's not wanting to go right there. So I'm going to go around the rim here. I really like that color. It looks good. Okay. All right. I think that looks pretty good. So then I'm going to fill this up a little bit more, just to where it gets to that lip. And then I'm going to go underneath and try to make sure that there's no bubbles in this bottom, or where the underside is. Ooh. I can't really see through the mold to see if it's in there all the way. But I can kind of see that there's a bubble right there. So I'm going to squeeze that bubble out, pop it, and then suck it. Then slowly let the resin suck back into that corner. Let's see, let's just try all of them just to be sure. Okay. Well, bubbles coming out. So I think there might be one right there. Yeah, I might have got it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hope and pray that it is in there. I don't know what else to do. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to wipe off the rim here so that when I do fill it up all the way, if there's any resin around your rim and then you go to dome it, the resin that you're filling up will catch on to those little pieces and it'll break surface tension and it will overflow in that area. Okay. All right, well, that looks good, except for I think it might be a little unlevel, but it's not that bad. I think it's pretty good. All right, I see a couple more bubbles coming up, so I'm just gonna pop those with my lighter. Don't want to use a torch on these. It will burn your mold and your resin. And this mold is not cheap, so I do not want to do that. It's one of their more expensive molds that they have, so. But it was absolutely beautiful, so. Yeah. All right, so I think that's good. I have a little bit of extra resin here, and I think I will just pour it in this little what is it, gemstone mold that I have, just for little extra pieces. You can use it in resin or to decorate some of your resin pieces. I do want to spray that a little bit though. Ooh. Okay. So with this, it's really hard to get it in there easily, so I just kind of like pour it over the mold and then scrape it. This resin is starting to get kind of thick now too, so it'd be even harder to get it in those little pieces there. So I'm just going to pour it over top of here and then smooth it on in. All right, let's use this one. Oh. All right, I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me do that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go, and then I will see you when it's all cured. All right, I'm back, and this is all cured now and somewhat cooled down. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out. Oh, I already see a little bubble. Oh, at least not real big ones. All right. Well, the mold came out clean, so that's a good sign. All right. Ooh. Well, that looks good. I am going to take some markers and paint it. Well, it didn't really come out like I was hoping it would, but I think once I use the paint markers and stuff and kind of clean it up, jazz it up a little bit, it'll look better. So pretty. I really like the color. I think the color definitely matched. I'm just not sure about the flakes. I think when I put it in the vacuum chamber, they took quite a bit of them off, because I seen in the resin there's a lot of the flakes came out in the resin, so it's kind of patchy looking, but I'll fix it up. Now the bottom is, you know, it doesn't have any markings or anything on it, so I'm gonna break the section. There we go. Okay. Get that put over there. Yeah, it's still really soft, but yeah, like I said, the color definitely matches. Actually, I might not even have needed to put that flakes on there anyway. It already kind of has that little shimmery look to it. So let's make sure it fits. Okay, yep. It fit. Well, it's really soft right now, so it would, but there's a few little bubbles around the rim there. I can fix those with UV resin, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm just glad there's not big, huge bubbles on the corners there. But yeah, looks good. I just gotta jazz it up a bit. So anyway, oh, and here's the little gems that were in that extras mold. So those are cute too. All right, well, let me get some markers and we'll get to paint. All right, so I'm back and this is all finished. What I did was I took my metallic markers and just painted the lid. I wasn't too happy about how the flakes looked, so I just went on and painted that as well. And I think it turned out pretty good. So I like it. It's pretty. And I wonder what you think. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know how you like it. So I also want to do my shout out list. And so we got Heart Creations by Renee, Epoxy Me That, Wanda's Blessed Creations, Linda's Resin Room, Blessed Epoxy by Amy, Crafting with Sierra, Kim's Art Alchemy, Callie's in the Kitchen, Girl in the Garage, Glossy Bee, Amy's Resin Corner, and Beat and Crazy Custom Creations. So those are all wonderful channels and they have awesome work. So go check them out and I will see you next time, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Bye.